Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Liberty Bell, the Declaration of Independence, our nation's first capital, and it's where the American anti-slavery movement began.
This spirit of abolition and the spirit of civil rights was founded in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia had the largest free black society in the nation.
A prominent figure of that society was William Still, the father of the Underground Railroad.
William Still actually documented the histories of individuals that he had a chance to support in terms of their gaining of freedom.
He chronicled the stories of everyone who came into Philadelphia before he would pass them on. He made sure he set them down and he received their story.
Philadelphians, specifically in the Germantown areas, were quick to lend a hand on the Underground Railroad. Several safe houses still stand today, including the Johnson House.
Everything is pretty much intact. The floorboards are the floorboards. The Dutch doors are the Dutch doors. This essentially is the same house where they had abolitionist meetings, where those who were seeking freedom rested.
The Johnson House was turned into a station for the Underground Railroad in the 1850s and became a crucial stopover point for slaves fleeing to New York and Canada.
When you walk through this house, you actually feel the energy because this is the house.
Another of Philadelphia's safe houses is the Belmont Mansion. Its connection to the Underground Railroad was discovered only 4.5 years ago.
Cornelia Wells, who was a slave girl who lived here, and was owned by the Peters family, who were the original owners of this house, and found out that he was president of the Abolitionist Society. So that opened up all the archival societies and history books and everything, and began to tell the real story of what happened here.
Philadelphia's rich abolition history is preserved in the artwork here at Philadelphia's African American Museum.
This is the place where you learn about African and African American history, and it is where you learn about African and African American art.
At the museum, we see art devoted to the struggles and successes of African Americans in Philadelphia and the rest of the country. There are 4 galleries that house works from local and national artists.
What's powerful about it is that we are featuring things that people from the Philadelphia community have contributed to this museum, and we will continue to highlight these important elements in our history and in our culture each time we present something to the public.
Philadelphia is also one of the first cities where organized African American religion grew.
Mother Bethel was the key.
The Mother Bethel African Methodist Episcopal Church was the first of its kind in Philadelphia, and it sparked an African Methodist Episcopal world movement. Even from its fledgling days housed in a blacksmith shop, Mother Bethel held great importance in the forming of African American communities. Founded by former slave Richard Allen, congregations gathered in this chapel weekly, often welcoming such regarded speakers as Frederick Douglass, William Still, and Rosa Parks.
What Richard Allen did was create a network of worship that became an active social, political, and economic force. He and Absalom Jones and other people who helped found not just the AME Church, but the African Episcopal Church at St. Thomas in Philadelphia, the Black Baptist Church. These became revolutionary institutions. They weren't the staid places of worship that we think of the traditional church today. This was the seed that sent millions of people into the streets in the 1960s saying, I ain't gonna let nobody turn me round.
From the Quaker Initiative to the formation of strong African American communities, Philadelphia made great strides in the abolitionist movement. These stories are celebrated at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati and throughout Philadelphia.